Updated review. Hey everyone, Super Saiyan Sanchez back here with another video. Wanted to let everyone know that we just hit 500 subscribers. Pretty happy about that, excited. Something I didn't expect to happen so soon. It's been about a year, so I'm pretty happy about that. Something I want to say, just thank you to everyone who's been watching, subscribing. I'm hoping that you guys all continue to watch and subscribe and leave some comments. I want to get more, in touch with my community. I want everyone to be able to talk to me more about the reviews. Let me know what you guys been thinking. I want to keep bringing as much content as I can to you guys, and shout out to you guys. You guys are number one. Thank you for everything. All right, let's go ahead and bring you guys today's review. It's an updated review. It's OG Broly, the 2014. Let's go ahead and check them out. And this is the 360 of the box. OG box 2014 Broly. If you know, you know. And the box is a little dinged up. I did have a few different Brolys, but I got them for a good price, so you really can't beat it. It doesn't matter the box, it's a matter about the figure. I do like the boxes, of course, but I still thought it was a great price when I did grab them. All right, and this is everything out of the box. He does come with 2 extra set of hands, 2 extra faceplates, and 3 extra blast effects, along with his stand as well. And this is the 360 of Broly. And definitely an impressive figure. If anyone was collecting back in the early 2010s, it was pretty crazy. This figure had so much hype around it when they announced it. It was crazy. And I must say that he is an amazing figure for the time. Of course, he doesn't stand up to the way things are now. But when he got announced back in I believe it was 2013, they showed him off, and he was released in 2014. Man, this guy was crazy. And at the time, Tamashii was more announcing stuff at events. Like they would set up the new figures that are coming out, the new releases, and Broly was shown off, and the hype around this guy, man, it was crazy. And to me, to have this figure now compared to when I first got it, when I first received it, I thought it was amazing. The figure retailed for about $80, I believe. And I'm telling you, man, he was great. And overall appearance, he is stacked, man. The muscles, you can check out all this whole shading on him, which looks pretty crazy. Of course, Tamashii was getting better at most of their stuff with the 1.0s and 2.0s, but this is really basic, You can see all this. It looks pretty amazing. That looks pretty cool. The little jewel in the middle. Yeah, and it looks pretty amazing. That's what that I could think of right there. Of course, I gave this guy nipples. I think of the Batman, the bat suit with the nipples. If you know, you know. Man, and the paint for the time when they did release, man, this looks crazy. We had never seen nothing this big. They had never. I started collecting back in late 2012. So as a SH Figuart Dragon Ball Z collector, but for the time they only had this figure. This was the biggest release, the hugest release. They had showed off Nappa, but Nappa wasn't. They didn't release Nappa. They showed it off. They never released it, which kind of sucks. And to think about that, Nappa had just been shown and they didn't release it. And they say that Broly was the first figure, big Dragon Ball Z figure in the line. And as long as he did well, they would release Nappa. Nappa came, I believe, in 2017. I believe 2016, 2017, somewhere there. To test the waters with Broly, and they didn't. Broly sold. I was able to get one, and as soon as it got sold out, I wasn't able to find another one until eBay later, you know? So it's pretty crazy. So if you know, you know. If you were collecting in the early 2010s, grabbing these figures, this figure was definitely a highlight of your collection. This guy was huge compared to a regular SH Figuart, and you know, he's supposed to be. He's Broly. Of course, now they've done different versions of him in third-party Beast Deities. If anyone's seen those reviews I have, that guy is huge compared to this guy. I'll go ahead and show you guys a side-by-side at the end with him. You guys can see how he stacks up compared to this guy. But yeah, Beast Deities is definitely way better than this. But I'm hoping that Tamashii does a better release in the future, you know? All right, so let's go ahead and talk about Articulation. He does have his neck rotation. Yeah, you can go backwards, but I don't really see why you would do a 360 here, but you can if you want. It does suck, you know, he still is a part of the 1.0s. You really can't move his neck, which sucks. It's, yeah. The hands. 360 on the wrist. And ab crunch, he can go forward, which is pretty cool. He can go forward. Not as much as you would want him to, but it's still cool. And on the back, he can as well. They separated this whole piece, the upper body, his chest. And I love how they did this. This was great for the time. I ain't got no complaints about that. Tamashii did their thing. The gap is there, but there's not, you know, you really can't see the inside unless you're really looking. And of course, one downfall to this figure is definitely the skirt. It's hard plastic. I prefer like soft plastic, like how the Demoniacal fit. If anyone did see that review, the comparison. Yeah. And he can bend his knee. His knee doesn't look too bad. And of course, his ankle does have 360 rotation. Does have his toe hinge, which is pretty cool. And this whole skirt, you know, it's connected here. It's all right. I honestly don't like it, but it's all right. And they did separate the skirt, the back, the sides. You can see all that. It looks all right, honestly. Like, I like to prefer the Demoniacal fit, the way they did that. They have it soft plastic, and it's pretty cool. Of course, you can have him punching, which is pretty cool. Going at someone. I wish you could move the neck more, but you can't. But it still looks pretty cool. Pretty decent. We'll go ahead and check out those poses in a second. Yeah, it's kind of annoying just having this whole thing like make a lot of noise. Like I said, hard plastic, which kind of sucks. But if you're doing the poses, it's not gonna bug you. You're gonna be able to do it, and yeah. But I think he looks cool either way. You know, for the time, like I said, 2014, I wasn't complaining. You had to either go with this or Irwin Toys Broly. So you can't compare the two. This is, man, for 2014, this is amazing. And I love Tamashii for what they did. And I was hoping that, you know, they bought Nappa. Of course, they bought a Nappa figure later. Wasn't the Nappa that we all wanted. We wanted the one they had showed off at Comic-Con, but I'm hoping that one day that Tamashii does release a Nappa a little bigger than they have the Nappa. You guys just saw the review. I have him along with Vegeta, but I feel like he should have been just a little bigger in my opinion. But that's just me nitpicking. I still say he's still a great figure. Man, after showing you guys all those poses, I gotta say this figure still stands up. I still think he's a great release. This isn't the 40th anniversary. This is an updated review. As I said, this is still a great figure. I feel like he holds up very well for the time. I still think he's amazing. I don't know. Like I know a lot of people have seen the Beast Deities. Beast Deities is killing it with the third party. I understand. But what Tamashii gave us to me was a masterpiece. Is he the best looking figure? Probably, sorta. My opinion, I think he's great. We'll go ahead and give him a solid 9 out of 10. And hopefully no one's like, that wasn't that, he shouldn't have been that high. But me personally, I love the way he is. He's a badass figure. And I still think he holds up. That's probably why Tamashii did release a 40th anniversary of him. And I'm hoping that they release a better version of him, like how Beast Deities did. So, yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the review. What do you think of the poses? I want to hear back from you guys. Thank you guys for watching.